let's talk about DNA. Actual DNA in this lifetime, what our body's made of, our physical presence. Have you considered your spiritual DNA? Now, this is just something that like my guides downloaded to me a while back, and I was like, oh, well, I guess that makes sense. So take it with a grain of salt, because this could be just how my guides are explaining things to help me understand. Just because you have relatives in this lifetime, you can trace your ancestors all the way back to, wherever. In my case, we go all the way back to the 1700s in Ireland, right? And that contributes to my current physical life DNA. People assume that when they come into this life, they have been related to the same people over and over again in the same DNA chain, right? Wrong. As a QHHT practitioner, I regress people. We do past life regression, yada, yada. And guess what? Many of my clients have come into lifetimes where they didn't know anybody. They had never been in a lifetime with these people before. Their spiritual family stayed on the other side, and they wanted to do something different. They were vibrationally aligned with someone else or another family. So even though they are now DNA, physical DNA with that lineage, they weren't spiritual DNA necessarily. Big picture reality is we all come from the same source. We are one. All of us are actually one. However, our sparks still have those traces of energy and experiences. So when people talk about, oh, my ancestors, does that mean your ancestors here or spiritual ancestors? And if a medium tells you, oh, those are your guides, your ancestors, your guides, you should ask. Are they my current lifetime DNA connection ancestors? Or are they spiritual ancestors? Or are you just making that shit up to sound good because there's no proof and you sound really important? Just food for thought.